fighting back at home. Last 2 fights were over in the States, which must have been a fun experience for you getting over there and fighting stateside.
I mean, the tax was ridiculous. So I prefer fighting at home.
So now you are back at home and you haven't got that tax problem now.
Yeah.
You've got all of that crowd support now. Especially for the people over in the States, fighting in front of your home fans here in the UK is a little bit special. Explain why it means that much more to fight in front of the British fans than it does for maybe an American fighting in front of an American crowd.
I think the fans in America just like fighting in general. I think the British fans take so much. They follow your story and they've seen you come from working man's clubs or from fighting in gymnasiums, and they've seen how much hard work, blood, sweat and tears it takes to get to this point, and they kind of live through you a little bit, do you know what I mean? When I got the shout to go to Greenville, my first fight in America, my anxiety level was like, oh my God, the first one in America. And then when I was fighting, the crowd got behind me like it was no other. They was just shouting, meatball, meatball. I was like, I feel like I'm back at home. And then in Boston, the Irish connection with the last name, and they love Scousers, and there was loads of Evertonians there anyway, so that felt great. But going away and then getting the opportunity to come back home, that's the kind of thing where when my eye was done in March, when I had the bad eye, I probably would have always pushed through no matter where it was in the world, but to know I was here and the crowd was just on you, and you could just feel the anticipation and how much they wanted me to win. And then when it did, there's just no feeling like it, and I think I've been on the chase for that ever since, to be honest.
Yeah, that was kind of the start of it. I know obviously you had the debut fight that didn't go your way, but you've ruled off 3 in a row now. Do you feel fully comfortable now as a UFC fighter on the big stage? Do you feel like, okay, I haven't got to prove myself now, I'm here on merit, and I've now got those skins on the wall, so to speak, I've got the 3 wins under the belt?
I mean, I felt like I didn't even wear my UFC gloves or UFC kit until I had won in the UFC. I just didn't feel like I was allowed, I didn't feel like I'd earned it. The first win in America, because I was such an underdog, when I won that fight, I thought, nah, I do deserve this. It wasn't just fluke and it wasn't just heart that got me through the London fight. It's because I'm a smart, intelligent fighter, as well as someone who'll take the fight by the scruff of the neck if they need to. But this is the last fight that I think I have to have until I can really say, like, be confident and be like, I'm going to absolutely murder everyone in the top 10. It's that grappler and striker fight again. And I think I've just said in an interview before this is like my graduation. I believe, like, I've been set up, I'm doing everything right, the blueprint's there now. My grappling, my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu, my ground and pound is on par with hers. And once I've done this, then there's no questions. All questions are answered. Even when Darren fought Kelvin Gastelum, Darren's proved his wrestling, his jiu-jitsu, he's proved it all, but still it was getting asked of him then, you know, because he had had the loss, or he had had the 2 losses. So I feel like it's just the same for me. I feel like you just have to prove it, and then it'll all be forgotten about, and probably people won't make much of a deal of it as what I do. But I think I know that I need to do that just to be like, do you know what I mean?
I think looking back through your 4 fights in the UFC so far, there's been a clear jump in evolution between fights, and
it's not just this. Do you know what I mean?
You've become more refined with every fight. You've had a tighter game plan, or you fought to a tighter game plan. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. What's going to be the next evolution of Molly McCann when you step into the cage on March 21st?
I think the evolution to get the first win was nutrition and strength and conditioning to a professional level. Not just Joe Bloggs from down the gym who's wrote a really good S&C programme, do that because I look good, feel strong. This is all science-based. I think the other 2 fights was about working to a specific game plan and not letting my heart lead. I had to let my head lead. And now it's like, now put it together, Mol, and go and have fun. Now I haven't got to stand back, I haven't got to be thinking about the defence of the takedown and that taken away from me striking. Now it's, I'll draw the takedown on. If you want to try and take me down, let's have a go, because I'm quite competent on the floor. I've nearly subbed everyone that I've been against now. I've nearly finished everyone that I've been against on the floor, just ground and pound wrestling. Me jiu-jitsu's on point now, so this is the one. You just know, do you know when Darren beat Cowboy? And then it was like, yeah, he's here. I feel like this is my arrival to be like top 10 who wants to have a go, to be honest.
And from, you're talking about the skill set standpoint, what about from the mental standpoint? I know from seeing your reaction when you got signed to the UFC, from your reaction in defeat in Liverpool to your reaction in victory in London, you're an emotional person, you're an emotional fighter. Is that something that you've learned to keep in check more as you've gone through your career? And you're in a state now where perhaps you can be more in the moment and perhaps not too worried about the scale and the occasion of it.
I don't know. I feel like I'm always honest in everything, and it's not even in fighting in my life. If someone says something to me and I don't agree, there's no like camouflage and there's no mask. So it's a really great part of me, and it can also be a downfall of mine. I don't think anything's changed as I've got older, apart from I just know if I lose, I can come back, and I have got what it takes to come back and go on this big tear. Do you know what I mean? So I've never had one-to-ones, and I've never had, this is our game plan, because I always got a fight on 2 weeks notice on Cage Warriors. Oh, we finally got you someone from the arse end of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm that more professional. Everything, I don't have to source things in anymore. Pay me 10% and I get everything given to me, and as long as I keep to that game plan, like John Jones and Holly Holm are really good at sticking to game plans, and then when I stuck to a game plan, I thought, oh, this is how fighting's really done. It's not just like let's just throw and see who can take the most. So I think I've just become more intelligent in listening and taking on board, and if I do everything that my corner team say, we get the best outcome.
You say this is almost like the acid test. This is the exam, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You passed the exam on March 21st. What's the rest of 2020 look like for you?
I just want to be a contender come the end of the year for the belt. I'll fight wherever, I'll fight whoever it needs to be to make that happen. And I don't know, I've got the onions to do it now. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got to be double guessing myself, and my sparring partners and the training that I bring, the training partners that I bring in their discipline outweigh and outbeat anyone that I've got coming when I'm stepping into that cage. So I shock myself a lot when I get in there, and you'll see the first round. After the first round, my opponents go back to that seat, and they're sat there and they're like, oh my fucking God, I've got to go back out there and fight this. And then I'm like, oh, they're not the monster that I thought they was going to be. And then it always, or it goes like that. So I know this is where I'm at now, and I know once you felt someone off for that first minute, I'm good to go.
And final one. First fight in the UFC was in your hometown. It didn't go the way you wanted it. How much would it mean for maybe 1-2 fights down the road to go back? With the experience that you've got.
QCs. I've put out to the universe in my plan, and something that I say every day, I will fight again at it was the Echo Arena, it's the M&S Bank now. I would love the UFC to come back, and if Darren doesn't take it to Anfield, I'm not running before I can walk, because I need to be a co-main, I need to be ranked, I need to do what I need to do to bring it back. But that's something that's in my dreams, and that's what I want to do. I'd love to fight a Macy Barber in Liverpool. I'd love to fight a Joanne Calderwood in Liverpool, and I know every demographic will pay to watch them kinds of fights. So we're just going in, and it's not going to be like, let's just touch for points and just edge it. We're going into 5 rounds, mass destruction. So, yeah, that's on my bucket list, I think.